Alright folks, we got a storm headed our way. I want to talk about your garden in relation to big catastrophe. Well, Hurricane Laura is bearing down on the Gulf Coast, and it is predicted to make landfall in about 12 to 14 hours here in between, right about the border of Louisiana and Texas. This storm was headed directly at us. The day before yesterday, we were expecting a direct hit of a Category 3 hurricane, which is quite an event. I've been through a Category 2, I've been through a Category 3, and I don't recommend sticking around for Category 3, a high 3 or above, and you just never know if they're going to ramp up and spin up right at the last minute and come in as a blockbuster. So all those who are in the path, we're really mindful of what you guys are going through. Just yesterday we were thinking about boarding up. Day before yesterday we began getting our boards out, making preparations. There's nothing like a storm to get you to clean up the debris, what would be flying debris in your garden. And so that's what we've been doing. To prepare your garden for a major storm like this, you can take a number of approaches. All your potted plants, if it's going to be a hurricane, you need to get those potted plants taken inside, taken in the garage, or put where they are sheltered somewhere. All right, packing a lot of junk in the garage from out in the backyard, garden stuff, some tops to my compost bins. They're gonna have to just make it through the storm. Tarps, all that junk I had in the backyard, well, it's in the garage now. All my seed starting trays, all these planters, all these various things. Another stack of 5-gallon buckets hiding over there. And it's not so much the plants you got to worry about, it's the pots and the root ball becoming a flying projectile and either busting into your house or your neighbor's house, cracking windows, things like that. So yeah, that's what I did. I took the smallest of my pots and all my pots that were just kind of sitting around that would blow around, and I brought them, actually I emptied the soil into one of my raised beds. The soil would just blow around and get rained on. But I stacked all those pots up in all my 5-gallon buckets and brought them into the garage. I brought in a lot of other things into the garage, which leaves me with precious little room for my larger potted plants. Now, if this was a hurricane, I would have to do something with all those large potted plants, and I'd probably have to put down a tarp and bring them and put them in my living room. That's no fun. Thankfully, this storm is going to just graze us, and we will be experiencing tropical storm forced winds tonight. That's over 40 miles an hour sustained winds. So imagine driving down the freeway or a road at 40 miles an hour and sticking your hand out the window. That is the sustained wind force that we'll experience. Gusts will be up in the 50s and 60s perhaps. We've experienced this before. Sometimes we get that with just a thunderstorm. And yeah, it does some damage to my trees. I expect to lose some branches out of some of my useless pear trees in the back. Most of the plants with fruit on them, the fruit's going to be knocked off. I expect, I went and harvested all my eggplant today. And these are the things you got to think about. Bringing in all that stuff, barbecue pits, chairs, anything that could fly away in a hurricane. Because we have a tropical storm, Sam and I are going to go out and simply take the larger potted plants that we have and just kind of huddle them up together. And what this will do is the ones on the windward side of that huddle will have the ones behind them to kind of help them stand up. They'll be whipped around a bit. My poor citrus plants are out there. I don't have any more room in the garage. If it gets really bad enough, I may bring them into the house later tonight. But as for now, we're gonna huddle them up, and that usually does for tropical storm winds. Citrus right here, just so they're protected a little bit and clumped up together. 39 mile an hour winds might topple them, but grab a couple of those small pots there. Yeah, grab one of those.
One of these?
Yeah, let's just kind of bring them over here where they'll be a little more protected. If they blow around, they blow around. There's no more room in the garage. More important things are in the garage. Plants will be fine. If they blow over, you just repot them. All right, that's a good spot for them. So yeah, preparing for a storm, it's no fun, but your garden can grow back. The important thing is to take care of yourself, your people, your household. Board up your windows if you need to, if it's going to be a hurricane. Board up your windows if it's going to, we'd board up for a category 2 and above. It's the people that count. You can replant your garden. Your soil's going to be there when you come back. Your plants are going to grow back if your garden's going to grow back. Your garden is not a priority in a storm. Your people are, and your pets. Please, folks, it makes me so angry to see how many wicked people there are in this world who abandon their pets when it comes time for storms. They evacuate and they leave their dogs behind. And the worst thing, a couple years ago, we had a tropical storm blow through, and this one was not a wind event, it was a rain event. In fact, it was a 500-year flood event, Tropical Storm Harvey. And it flooded our region so bad that the international media came here. It was awful. And we were rescuing people by boats back and forth up and down these streets. And you won't believe how many dogs were left by their owners and abandoned, chained up to a dog house or left in their homes to drown. That's just evil. You shouldn't have a pet if that's the way you're going to treat them. Pets are to be taken care of. You're to be a steward of your pet. The scriptures even tell us that the kindness of a cruel man is merciless. Don't quote me on that. It's something like that. It simply says that cruelty is something that is evil. It's just evil. And if you're going to have a dog or a cat or animals and you're going to abandon them, you shouldn't have them at all. So take your pets. Your pets are more important than your garden. Your lives, your family is more important than everything. Y'all be safe. And gosh, I'll be praying for everybody in the path of this mega storm. This is not a good storm, so yeah, it's rough. I fully expect this tree to drop some branches, and most likely that branch right there with the rope tied to it. We've had to disconnect the tire swing, but that's an old, those trees are almost 30 years old, and they've been dropping branches with every storm, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to come in the morning and find some of those branches in the neighbor's yard. This guy right here, I'll be laying down in the morning. That is a bunch of bamboo with beans on it. That's going to be laying down in the morning too. That'll be all flattened out, maybe spread around the yard. I think this will make it. It doesn't have a lot of surface area, and yeah, I'd take that in if I had a hurricane coming. That one right there, that trellis, the posts will stay. I think a lot of that mass might stay as well. We'll see. That's a pretty strong trellis system there. These cowpeas here, they're putting on cowpeas, lots and lots of cowpeas. Look at that, that's ready to pick right there. Purple whole peas. And these will be all right. I'm not going to worry about these. Come back and pick them this weekend, and look at that, that's perfect right there. That is a purple whole pea, ready to be picked, shelled, and eaten. The question mark for me is this grapevine. It's got a steel wire running through posts that are concreted in the ground, so the wire will be fine, I think. And I guess we'll find out. I do have a brand new fence, only a couple years old. Pretty strong fence. It ought to form a windbreak from the northerly wind. And most of our wind's going to be north and northwest. That means it'll be coming from this direction and then from this direction. So that house right there, my neighbor's house, and my fence ought to protect this okay. We shall see. Same with all these pots down here. They should do fine. They're right up against the fence. And yeah, I guess we'll find out together. Let's pick that pepper. This little jalapeno. Here's something I forgot. Need to get this guy. You don't want that thing flying around, do you? Our lemon tree is nice and stout. Keeping it small and short, low to the ground will help it. Although some of those lemons might be casualties. Although they're pretty tough. We'll see. Well, there's a little bit of our preparation. I'm gonna do some video as this thing blows through at night if I can, and we'll take a look around. We were gonna have our seed starting videos this week and begin in earnest our fall garden. That's gonna have to wait now. We're gonna have probably some cleanup to do, and after that I'll think about getting my fall garden in place. I'm gonna start running a bit behind, but hey, you know, priorities, right? So, hey, thanks for joining me. I miss you guys. I miss making videos. I've been on a break for an extended time now, and as I've been threatening, I'm about to start making videos again for the fall and winter garden. So stay tuned, like our channel, subscribe to us if you haven't already, and we'll talk to you next time.